Wendy Morato, and Debbie Andrews here with us, and our very good friend Joe Kleon. And Joe, thank you so much for what you did this past month, which was this enormous eBay photo auction. We want to just say thank you on air. We're going to present a check you brought that shows how much money you raised for Kitten Krazy. Joe Kleon is a renowned Cleveland rock concert photographer, and you've been doing it for how long?
15 years.
15 years. And how many concerts would you say you've shot?
Over 1,000.
Over 1,000. Well, right now you usually go to the Q, but you go to a lot of venues.
Blossom, all the major venues, yeah. I shoot about 100 a year.
So do they, and they hire you, or?
Different people hire me, yeah.
Different people hire you. So who's been your favorite so far?
My favorite band, Rush. But
well, yes.
Anybody that's big, like Paul McCartney or Taylor Swift or Elton John or the big superstars, those are always fun.
Those are always fun.
And we used a lot of those photos in our auctions.
And Joe was generous enough to donate the photos. You own the rights to those photos.
Yes.
The star does not own the rights to the photos. You do.
No, I have the photos copywritten, so they are my property.
And so you generously donated all of the photos. We held the auction.
This is the third year that we've done it.
Third year that we've done it, and collectively, how much have you raised for us?
I think about $4,300.
$4,300.
Over 3 years, yeah.
That's a lot of cat food.
It is. You think about going to a pet store and loading that amount of cat food in your car, and
that's a lot of cat food,
It is a lot of
Joe.
cat food.
So thank you.
It's my pleasure. I'm really glad that I am in the position to do this.
It's astonishing how much money you're able to raise with these photos. You can stop now.
Come on.
I think we'll just.
I'll take you on. I'll take you on.
Okay, you don't be a mean girl. So I'll just leave my hands up here. We have a big check that you brought.
Yes.
That one of your buddies that does a lot of your printing.
Yes, a good friend of mine, David Eggert from NEO Pro Imaging in Cleveland.
NEO Pro Imaging.
NEOProimaging.com. They're also on Facebook. He does these presentation checks for us every year.
Oh, it's phenomenal.
And he does an incredible job.
Oh, it's this beautiful
They
check.
do all types of printing, from prints to, books and cups and calendars and anything you could possibly imagine printing stuff on.
Oh, so
nice glass block presentation pieces and stuff. Really a great place in downtown Cleveland.
So we just memorialize your check with some of your photos, which are amazing. This is Taylor Swift, Michael Stanley, and Slash.
Yes.
Phenomenal work that you do.
And all those photos were part of our recent fundraiser.
And they were part of our fundraiser. And so next year, get in on the action. We do it in January, February. End of January, early February, and next year we'll probably start the bidding a little bit lower to give a little bit more people a chance to win them, but $1,819.
That was our biggest year ever.
Thank you so much. That was our biggest year ever.
And we were also selling these shirts as well.
Yes. So tell us about your shirt and who designed it.
I designed it. I figured in today's political climate, all you see is nastiness regarding all the political stuff. So I wanted to do something that was warm and neutral and would appeal to cat lovers. So I took my cat, Joe Kleon, and stuck him on the presidential podium. And
the words across
plagiarized the phrase and put in "Make America Purr Again."
Yeah,
which is what everybody needs.
Yes, that's right. That's right.
So we put him on a shirt, and we were also selling those shirts as part of our fundraiser this year.
And we're going to continue to sell those shirts
via
our website.
And they'll be available here at the shelter too, right?
They are available at the shelter and the clinic.
Okay.
So at both Quick Fix and Kitten Krazy. We have a small contingency of them right now, but as they sell, we'll continue to beef up our supply for
and we
folks.
Just placed an order the other day, so we'll have another batch.
Yeah,
very soon.
We have plenty to sell. So if you want one, you can either call us and we'll mail it out. They're $20. But if you can stop in and pick it up, it saves us a ton of postage. But we're happy to mail them out because it's just such a great logo for everything. It just tells everything.
Photoshop. And then we have Chance, the Kitten Krazy.
Chance, and then we have our website as well. So that's our website where you would go to order one.
KittenKrazy.org.
Or you can call Debbie, right? You could call Debbie.
Or you could go
visit the shelter.
See our cats or visit our shelter. The kitties would love for visitors.
Right. So the shelter number to you can call you 330 591-4408. And then we'll just pack it up and have it here ready for you, or we'll send it to you. Either way. But it's so great. I love that.
It was a cool idea.
Yeah, it was a cool idea. And it just taps into, the Trumpism, actually. And I feel like it's non-committal. It doesn't...
Well, that's the thing. It's warm and neutral. And
it's warm and neutral.
In today's day and age, especially in the last year, when do you see warm and neutral when people talk about
any politics? Yeah.
So it's much needed.
Right.
In the world of volatility regarding the presidency and stuff.
That's right.
Something is much needed like that. With
right. And so you have 2 cats, and you said your favorite band was Rush.
Yes.
And that's Getty.
Yes.
And you also have Alex.
Named after Geddy Lee from Rush.
And I keep trying to get Joe to adopt a 3rd one.
Because there are 3 in Rush, isn't it?
But he won't do it.
But the drummer retired, so
he retired.
They stopped playing. The drummer retired, so your argument of a 3rd cat is null and void now. Sorry. They're both doing solo albums now.
Right.
So.
That's right. But Joe, you do such a great job reaching out to all of your fans, your friends. You have a huge following on Facebook. You have a phenomenal website yourself. And you do such a great job of reaching out to your friends to find homes for some of our hard-to-place kitties. And recently you were just telling me a few minutes ago about McLovins. Do you want to tell a story about McLovins?
Yeah, somebody came in to adopt McLovins, who's been here for how long?
Almost a year now.
Yeah, going on a year.
She's one of our longest residents.
Yeah,
and,
he's a handsome dude.
They came in when I was here doing my photos like I normally do every couple weeks. I come in and take photos of all the cats that are available for adoption, and then you use them to facilitate the
Pet
adoptions.
Finder and our Facebook.
And this lady came in and was talking about getting McLovins, and I was just telling her what a great cat it was, and she said, "You don't recognize me, do you?" I kind of lied and said, "I think so."
Hopefully she's not watching.
But I didn't recognize her. I was just embarrassed. And I had done her son's senior photos when he graduated from high school, I think 4 or 5 years ago.
And you do those too.
Yeah.
By the way, if anybody wants Joe,
at
the
family
end,
photos, senior
you'll
photos.
have to give your information.
Yeah, we'll put it up on the screen at the end.
Yeah.
And I do a lot of sports photography and family photos and portraits, but mainly concerts, but a lot of other stuff as well. But yeah, it turned out I had did her son's photos, and she was here to get McLovins. So.
And you said, you got to take them.
Yes.
And sealed the deal for us.
I sealed the deal.
See that? You're an adoption counselor. We got to get you scoop and poop. That's the thing.
Yeah, that'll be next on the list, won't it? I'm good at that. I have lots of practice at home. So.
We do everything here. No one is immune to any of the job responsibilities around here.
Sounds good.
Right, Deb?
That's right.
That's right. So, Joe, thank you again so
pleasure.
much.
Thank you for everything you do for the cats.
Absolutely.
I mean, you guys just celebrated your 5,000th adoption.
Yeah.
How incredible is that?
It's
That
surreal.
deserves to be commended.
That's
That's
surreal.
fantastic. And then I think you had your most for 2017 with 632, or is that the number?
I think it was that.
So 632 for a year.
Yeah.
And you're open, what, 5 days a week?
Yeah.
So do the math.
4.5 technically.
That's a lot of cats per day. You guys are doing an incredible thing, and I'm just glad to be a small part of it.
Thank you, Joe. And thank you, Debbie, for everything that you do.
And everybody here is so great. It's just so easy to love this place, not just because of the cats, but because of the staff.
Well, when you have somebody like Wendy, it's.
Oh, keep going. How much more tape
I was
do
gonna
we
say,
have?
how much tape does he
we
have
have
in
like
that
20
thing?
more minutes. Go.
No,
go.
for people that have never come here, it's really a unique place.
Oh, thank you. Thank
it's
you
unlike any
much.
other. If you haven't come, you should come.
Yeah.
Just come hang out with the kitties for an hour.
Come and hang out. That's what it was. That's what it's for, really. And when I was a kid, I had a cat. We had multiple cats. We were on a farm, so we just had cats for farm purposes. But I had my own personal cat that only liked me my whole life, and I always thought every little girl and boy that wants a kitty should have a kitty or have the experience of a kitty. Now, there's people in their families that are allergic, so you can't go into any other shelter that I know of and just hang out with the cats, where you can sit down in any of these rooms and pet kitties and just enjoy them.
And they're free roaming, and
that
you don't
was
have to get them out
always-
of cages, and they're just sitting on the couch like we are. I got my scoop. I'm ready to go to work. I'm going to take photos and clean litter boxes.
It was a joke. It was so funny. Yes, this is your next job, right, Joe?
Yes.
Okay, there you go. Oh my God. All right, Debbie, who do you have?
I have Billy.
I love Billy.
Billy has fangs.
Billy has fangs.
10 years old, but he is an awesome cat.
Yeah,
He can't wear a collar because he has an allergy.
he has an allergy to plastic. There's a lot of cats that have allergies to plastic. Plastic food bowls give them chin acne. It's very dangerous. You have one of your cats too?
We changed from a plastic food bowl about 4 years ago because my one cat had chin acne.
Yeah.
Yep,
This is the
absolutely.
kind of cat that would get chin acne because she has a white colored chin.
So did ours. Yep.
Yeah. So most of the cat, if you have a cat with a white chin, even if it's just small amount of white, just they're extra sensitive for some reason to the plastic. She doesn't like Billy. She doesn't like Billy. So she doesn't want to see anybody in her vicinity, in her kingdom. Whoa. Okay, that's a reason to say no more. That's your. And she has a mind of her own, but she's not allowed to sit with us.
She's
no.
actually a really sweet cat.
No.
She would be perfect for the only cat.
Yeah.
She plays. She's 10 years old, and she plays
Yeah.
more than some of the kittens here.
Are you going to behave?
I
Thank
think
you.
she's chilling
No.
now.
All right, she's got to just.
Tail's
You got to
going.
let her. Yeah, that tail has to come down to nothing before anybody touches her, or she will bite because she's just aggravated. She's just wound up. Yeah, she likes things her way, which is okay. And I love Billy's fangs. They come past his mouth like
Makes
that.
him drool a little. Is that common?
I saw a little drool that just popped down from his mouth. Yeah, see,
Yeah.
it just did on your knee again. And yeah, that's pretty common because he probably has an underbite. So because of the underbite, it causes his fangs are actually, in a lot of cases, they're not any longer than any other cats. They just actually have an overbite. Sorry, it's an overbite. And his mouth underneath is a little shorter than it should be, so it causes the dripping, you know. So, and it looks like the fangs are longer because they're not up where they would be
They're just more
normally.
noticeable
Yeah,
because they're in the
yeah.
front.
So he is dripping a little bit on your, but it's nothing. It's just water. Huh.
Look at 'em.
And they do that when they're happy. So when you're petting them and all, they tend to drool more. And he
Drool
likes
when I'm
them.
happy sometimes. I can understand that.
Oh,
Yeah.
when a pretty girl's,
Yeah.
Oh, look, it's you, pretty boy. He's something.
He is
We
a
have a
cutie.
few older cats, right, Debbie?
I'm telling you, older cats are awesome. Mm-hmm. They're just looking for a home. They're looking for someone to love them.
Yeah, yep, yeah. And we actually have a reduced rate for senior citizens,
Right.
who are senior citizens who want to get a senior cat, especially. It's 60 for 60.
Right.
So we say if you're 60 years old, all of our cats that are over a year are $60. That's our senior rate.
Except
So-
declawed cats.
Except declawed, yeah. But then again,
We
I
do
mean,
have some great declaw cats
Yeah.
that are looking for a home, and I
Yeah.
know places can only take declaw.
yeah.
And before you take a kitten and declaw that kitten, come check our little older cats.
Yeah.
They're sweet.
Yeah, and you know what they're going to be like.
Yes.
That when the older they are, they're already set in their way. Kittens, they can start out one way and end up a whole different way.
When do you think a cat's personality becomes defined? Like how old?
Well, they're like children. Depending on what they go through as a kitten, will define how they respond to things. So, for instance, if you play with your kitten with your hand and make your hand a toy for the rest of their life, it's very hard to unwind that conditioning where you go to reach for your cat and pet the cat. Well, now that's just a toy to them. And now, like this one, that's what she's doing. And so Eclipse is just kind of already tainted. And so by the time they're 6 months old, they're established. They've got all their patterns in there, probably even earlier than that in some cases. But certainly, let's say you have this really, really great cat, you send it to a home, there's just chaos beyond chaos, there's loud noises and there's, some kinds of abuse, maybe small children under 2 years old say, I mean, they don't know that they're pulling a cat's whiskers out. They don't know that they're pulling the cat's tail or fur. And mom and dad can't be with them at every single second of the day. So that cat's being traumatized at every age. And so those things can change the personality of a cat. And all of a sudden they don't want to be around anybody. You know, every time they get around a human being, they're pulling their whiskers out or what have you. Or they can associate to a size of a person or a sex of a person. Actually, I just took Kat in this weekend who had babies at my house, and she just loved on me, just purring. Every time my husband walked in the room, she would just look at him and growl, just growl. They just know. And he wanted so bad to pet her.
Yeah.
She finally warmed up. It took 2 days, and he would just talk to her real soft and sweet. He has a real gentle voice anyway. And he just talked to her and stuff, but it took a couple days for her to let him near enough. But it was a man-woman thing.
Yeah.
And you don't know. They don't come with diaries. That's what I'm like, gosh, if they just came with the background, you would know, you know. So you just don't know. But by the time they're 10 years old, like this cat, this is who he is.
This is what you're going to get.
This is who he is, you know.
And for the majority of people that come in, I think they don't have a predefined cat in mind that they want. When you come in, a cat picks you.
They actually,
a lot of the times.
I would say, I'd say probably at least 50% or
Really?
better come in. They want a female calico.
Then how often
Yeah.
does another
Boom.
cat win them over?
100% of the time.
See, so coming in and wanting a certain kind of cat
Yeah.
is kind of futile
Yeah,
because
unless they go
there's
on
always-
Pet Finder first.
there's always one that will come up and win you over.
Yeah,
Well,
yeah.
we had one last year. She's adamant. Orange female. Orange adult female. Walked out with a young black long-haired boy. So
And when they pick you, they really pick you. You know, we'll have cats here that just don't want to go to anybody. You know, they'll sit on the couches and you walk up and they just soon bite you, then look at you. And they don't wake up when people come in to adopt, and they just kind of hang out. Then that one day, that person will walk in and they will act. And we kind of try to put the words to their behavior, but they kind of act like, oh, thank God you're here. That, you know, you finally got here to get me because you're it for me. You're the ones. And
I've seen it happen.
it's unbelievable.
That's what happened with the two that I have.
Yeah. Yeah, it's unbelievable. It's like they knew the
Yes.
instant they saw them, you're my people. You're my family.
I'm here every day, and there's cats that just will not give me the time of day.
Right.
Volunteer comes, loves her up.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. It really hurts my feelings when they don't want to come to me and they go to Debbie. But they do. Not every single person, every single cat is attracted to every single person.
It's the same with humans when you meet people. Some
Yeah.
people you meet and they're okay,
just
but
like,
you don't
boom.
have the urge to hang out with them again, and other people become your friends.
Like
you
us.
know? Yeah.
Like us. But that's true. You know, and the cats amongst cats are like that very much too. You know, so you put a cat in a room that's already established, the hierarchy, everybody knows this guy's number one, this guy's number two, this guy's number three. And you stick a new cat in the room, and they all have to jockey for that new guy has to figure out where does he fit in. But it's amazing. Sometimes they just instantly pal up.
Well, and I've seen cats when I come to do photos that are new arrivals, and they maybe came from a home where an elderly person died or had to go into, assisted living or something, and the cats are scared and they're in a new environment and they're hiding. And then I'll come back in 2 weeks, and after being socialized with the staff and with the other cats and stuff, they're like a different cat.
Completely.
They'll be hiding in the corner of a cat house, and it's really hard to take their picture. And 2 weeks later when I come back, they'll walk right up to you,
Hello.
and they're...
She
and
was kind of-
I love seeing that
she's gone.
changeover. And that's one of the benefits of being in a great place like this, is they're free roaming. They get a lot of attention paid to them, and they socialize around other cats.
Yep.
So cats that come in that aren't used to socializing with cats, it doesn't take long for a lot of them to really learn how to do that.
Right, right. And I always say that there's so many cats that come in that were adopted and they're in their home by themselves. And then everybody goes to work, everybody goes to school, and the cat's there all day, every day by themselves for the most part. Then the weekend, they're off running and they're doing sports activities or whatever. There's just never a time where the cat has anything else going on. So I always say it's like the cat thinks I'm the only cat in the world. And then it comes, then they're moving. The family's moving and they can't take the cat. And they want us to take the cat back in. And this is a scenario we get all the time. And we take the cat back in. The cat's all of a sudden like, I had no idea there were other cats in the world.
Oh yeah, that's
And everybody's, against me. And they have to figure out that they're not, and then try to figure out how to, get into the queue and the hustle bustle of this kitten craziness. There's always volunteers here, this, that. We have a TV that's on sometimes and stuff to try to.
I know, people like Debbie and the other staff, they take extra special care of those cats and socialize with them.
Right.
And again, it's just so great to see that transformation from a cat that's scared and freaked out, and then a couple weeks later, it's like this on your lap. And where when we first came in, it wouldn't have been adoptable maybe to a multiple pet household.
Absolutely
but once it's been socialized here, then it just broadens the the possibilities of the home that it can go to.
Right. And it's a process. We don't just blop them down on the floor. The first 2 weeks that they're here, 10 days to 2 weeks that they're here, we've got them caged. We're looking for signs of any illness, signs of any communicable diseases, diarrhea that they could pass on in that free roaming room to everybody. So we're being very diligent to make sure that we know the health of the cat.
The vetting process here is incredible.
And thank you. And then we also make sure that they have time to relax in our new environment. And then from there, if they're still a little bit shy or whatever, we put them in the room, but we put them in a special cage where they still are individually taken care of. It's called a condo. And you'll see the condos in some of the rooms where it gives that cat a little bit more time to feel safe, where the other cats can't get to them, but they can start to smell the cats, see the cats, start to calm down in that way.
And get used
they
to
have
their
their
presence,
own
really.
environment. Yeah, they have an established environment that's just theirs. And then eventually, and Debbie just has an innate ability now that she knows right when that she can let them out. So one day she'll just open up the door and let the cat come out when they're ready. And mostly they don't. Other cats go in. The other cats are like, well, finally. And then it's like, they got canned food and we didn't. And I'm going to get me some. but it works just beautifully like that. It's not a process where we just take this cat that, and then just blop them down in the room. We're very, very concerned about their emotional health, because their emotional health is directly linked to their physical health. 100% linked to their physical health, just like us. When you're stressed out, your immune system drops, and now you're susceptible to the things that you come in contact with, and they're exactly the same.
Well, the way that you guys help out those type of cats and the socialization that happens with other cats and the staff is really a great thing to watch.
Thank you. It's taken years.
And to see those cats that are hiding for weeks and they're so scared, and then to see them go to a new home and be,
and they
a
blossom.
very personable lap kind of cat after everything they've went through. It's great to watch that process.
Sure. And the pictures that you take, Joe, we put them on Pet Finder. They're on our Facebook page and things like that. But mostly people go to Pet Finder, and that's the #1 place across the country that people look for a cat. And so sometimes when you've taken a picture of some of our harder to place cats or special needs cats or the pure breeds that tend to come in on occasion, people will come from different states to come and get them just based on the photos, because that's all they have to go on.
Right.
So you put this great photo with this bio, and we have people driving from multiple states to come and get our kitties.
It's
so
a shame
thank you.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to be able to do that. And it's a shame that more shelters don't have a photographer that can do that kind of stuff, because when you go through Pet Finder, you see cell phone photos, and they could be okay, but they're a cell phone photo. and just a clear photo with a decent camera makes such a difference.
It does. It makes
and
such a
it just
difference.
really shows them off and makes them just appear that much more attractive to
Absolutely.
someone that's looking.
You can't get much more attractive than Billy. Come on now, right?
That's right.
Aw, well, that's our show for today. We're not going to do much more because this was an exciting event that we had. It raised a great deal of money. Again, thank you, Joe, for everything that you do for
very
us.
welcome. It's
And
my
Debbie,
pleasure.
too.
Joe.
So
Come to Kitten Krazy. Don't worry about me. Come to Kitten Krazy.
thank you for doing the show today,
this,
Joe.
thank you for having
Thank you,
me.
Debbie, and thank you, Andy.